everyone, my name is James Kenobi, and I really appreciate you stopping by. Today's going to be real short, hopefully. We're going to do a show and tell. I actually got the name right this time. Let's talk about Legos for a minute, or Lego. When I was a kid, we had Lego, and it was really cool, and my mom would buy us the kits all the time, and we would build lots of really cool stuff. A lot of the stuff that we built was space related. Although we did, our sets would usually start as, houses and whatever, but we would take, obviously they're Legos, and you take them apart and we'd build whatever. And I thought Legos were really cool. I think they're great for spatial ability and learning how to build things and things like that. As the years have gone by, obviously I don't play with Legos anymore. And my oldest son, when he was growing up, they started doing these new Lego. And they had the Star Wars line, and now they have like the Lord of the Rings, and the Hobbit, and Harry Potter, and Indiana Jones, and they have the Avengers. And I have to say, I'm actually not a fan of any of those kits. On one hand, I think they're kind of cool conceptually, but what I liked about Legos was Lego, I always say it wrong. I always put an S on it, and I think Lego is both singular and plural, but you just have to bear with me. If you're a huge Lego fan, you just have to bear with me. So anyway, when I was a kid, you would just get these bags or you'd get these bins of bricks. And there was rectangle ones and square ones and, ones and twos and fours and sixes and long skinny ones and flat ones or whatever. But you had to actually build what you wanted. So when my son was growing up, I used to get really frustrated because, as I mentioned before, I was one of those kids that when I would open up my action figure case and every figure was in his spot was labeled, his weapons, his accessories, if it was a G.I. Joe, if he had an animal, his animal was in there. I was always very, obsessive compulsive about that kind of stuff. And so my son would get, I remember we got him the snow speeder Lego kit. So we have all these big instructions, and when we're done, we put together this Lego snow speeder. And it looked really cool because it looked like the snow speeder from the movie. But what I didn't like about it was, basically, what we did was we made a toy. I mean, the parts were extremely specific. Sure, you could take this snow speeder apart, the snow speeder from The Empire Strikes Back, you could take it apart and you could use those parts in anything that you wanted. But it had all these very specific parts. Angles, the way they were cut, the way they were detailed, it was obvious it was made for this particular ship. The same thing like the Harry Potter, they have the Hogwarts castle or they have Hagrid's little hut or whatever, and the parts are very specific to those items. So If I'm buying the 3 1/4 action figures, which are very sturdy, and you go and you buy the Hasbro Snow Speeder, and there's not a lot of assembly required, and you put the stickers on, and the guys go in, and you close the hatch, and you fly it around the house, and you drop it, and you smash it into the couch or whatever, and it's this very durable toy. So what I don't like about the Lego toys, because they have like the Snow Speeder and the Luke's Sand Speeder, and they have the Slave One, and they have Cloud Cars, and they have X-Wings, is that really you're just making this toy that's extremely delicate. If you pick it up wrong, an engine falls off. If you're really trying to play with it and you land it too hard, it breaks. It's just a build-your-own toy, and I'm just much happier with the ready-made toys. I think Legos are cool when you can just take the bricks and build stuff. That's kind of my gripe with Legos. I don't dislike them in any way. They are very cool. It's cool to see the big sets when they build big Hogwarts, the whole thing, or these massive Star Wars scenes. But as a toy for kids, I don't know. I just don't like them. But what I do like about Lego is I love the little figures. I don't collect them. I actually collect Kubricks, which I'm going to show in a later video. Kubricks are little figures that are made in Japan. They have a Star Wars line, and I don't know, they're just really cool. But I do think the Lego figures are really cool, because when I was a kid, they were very generic, Spaceman, Construction Man, that kind of stuff. So I do like the figures. And one of the things I love about the Star Wars Lego is that they have little Lego lightsabers, which is very cool. So a few years ago, I knew a guy on the RPF who made Lego lightsabers. Here is a Lego lightsaber. Let me get my big old noggin out of the way here. So we have this Lego lightsaber. It's got this metal handle that looks like the one that the little guys carry, and it's got this nice blue blade, and it actually has a pretty good weight to it, and it's, you know, pretty cool here. And it was part of this run. I mean, this looks exactly like the little tiny one that you get in your little Lego set, except it's like full size, which is really cool. These are very popular. These are very, very popular. There are a lot of people who I found have shared my photos of my Lego lightsaber online. People that are really into Lego, which is pretty cool. So this is the Luke Skywalker one. When the initial run was done, in order for this to go into production, there was a minimum number of people that needed to order them. So in addition to this one, I also was able to get this one, which you can't see quite as well, but it is a, it's red. It's actually kind of a deep red. I'm not sure if I can find a good angle. There it is. It's the same hilt because all of the Lego guys have the same type of saber, but it's got this nice red blade on it, which is very cool. So you have kind of this, you know, you can either do Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader from Empire Strikes Back. You can do Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, you know, however you want to do it. So I have these two. They're very cool. They're very popular. They always get a really good response. These are some of the few lightsabers where I've actually had people offer to purchase them. They've said, hey, would you ever sell those? And I would say, no, I would not, because I actually really like these. So we have these LEGO lightsabers here. Now, I was a few years actually went by, and I was contacted by another guy who said, hey, I've got this lathe, this metal lathe at home, and I saw the pictures of your LEGO lightsaber, and I wanted to make one for my son. Would you mind giving me the dimensions? So I you know, took some measurements and sent him some dimensions of these lightsabers, and we worked out a deal because I had these blades, or these big acrylic rod, and I had a blue one and a red one, and I wound up also getting 3 more colors as part of the deal, because I actually wound up buying another saber that I gifted to somebody else in order to get these things made in the first place. And so I offered to give him some blades for his sabers if he would make one for me, and we kind of did a trade, so there was no money, we just paid for shipping. So I wound up getting a 3rd one. Now, it's kind of hard to see in this light. I'm not sure if you, I don't know if I can find an angle where you'll be able to actually see. The color of this one is purple. Maybe right about there. I got the purple one. I had 3 colors. I had green, like Luke from Return of the Jedi, or like Yoda, or Qui-Gon Jinn. I had yellow, and then I had this purple. And I kept the purple because at the time when the guy did this deal, my daughter was very young. I think she's about 5 years old. And she was really into Mara Jade because my daughter's a redhead. And I thought, well, this will be cool because this is kind of a kid-sized lightsaber if you're a kid. And it's got this purple blade. And, you know, she actually had a Mara Jade costume we made for her. And we went to a convention, and the girl who plays her on the trading cards and everything was there. And she got her autographed and got some photos with her. She didn't take this lightsaber because at the time I didn't have it. But I thought it would be really cool. In hindsight, I wish I had kept the yellow blade because the old Kenner Luke had the yellow bladed lightsaber. I kind of wish I'd kept the yellow one instead of the purple one because more people are going to think, this purple's very deep. It looks very purple in person. It probably looks black on camera. I just don't think I have anything I could even put behind it to show what color it really is other than my face. People are going to think it's Mace Windu, who I like but don't love. And so I have this purple blade lightsaber that maybe I'll trade for a yellow one. But anyway, it's just this is show and tell, so I'll just try to be real brief. Got the purple lightsaber here. We've got the blue lightsaber right here, which I think is the best color. And then we also have the red LEGO lightsaber right here. So that's pretty much it for today for right now. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much.